Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate National County Government Month. This is a time dedicated to recognizing the essential services that counties provide and all of our professionals who serve our communities every day. We're excited today to present a special Meet the Manager conversation with our County Manager Eric Evans to hear directly from the leadership guiding our county forward. Please join me in welcoming our County Manager, Mr. Eric Evans.
Great. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Glad to
Good.
be here today.
Good. We're glad to hear from you today. Mr. Evans, share with us what the role of a county manager entails. And if you don't mind, give us a little background on how you got to this point of being
Sure,
county
happy
manager.
to. So I've been with the county for 24 years now. I've been manager for about a little over 10 years. So when I first came to the county, I managed the county's flood recovery program following Hurricane Floyd. So after that, I transitioned into doing community development work, later was promoted to assistant county manager, and then in 2015, at the retirement of our former county manager, Mr. Lorenzo Carmen, the board appointed me as county manager. So I've been county manager for a little over 10 years now. The job is a very rewarding job. It can be a tough job at times. I guess, compared to a private company, I'm what they call in private companies the CEO. So I work directly for the 7-member Board of Commissioners. We're seated here this morning in the Commissioners' meeting room, and I report directly to them. And my job is to make sure that the day-to-day administration and function of this organization is done well and according to the direction given to us by the county commissioners. So we have 19 departments here in Edgecombe County government. Now, I can't direct or provide support to 19 different departments, so I have a support team that works along closely with me. We have what we call our executive team. Of course, that includes you, Ms. Bess. You are our deputy county manager. We also have Mr. Mike Matthews, who is our assistant county manager. Oftentimes people will ask, well, what's the difference between an assistant manager and a deputy manager? Well, the deputy manager essentially can operate with the same authority, same function as me when I'm not here. So you can sign contracts, you can take disciplinary action, number of different things. It allows for what they call continuity of operations. So your role is extremely important. I'm delighted to be able to work with you, and you're doing a great job in it. Also, as a part of our executive team, we have a county attorney and Mr. Michael Peters. He also works directly for the Board of Commissioners. You're sitting in his seat right now, as a matter of fact. He usually sits here in this spot during the commissioners' meetings. I have an executive assistant, Ms. Tammy Faison. She also serves as the clerk to the board. She sits just over there during our commissioners' meetings. Also, as a part of our executive team, we have Ms. Linda Barfield, who is our chief financial officer. So below that on the organizational structure, I have around 6 departments that report directly to me. You have, I think, 5 departments. Mike has around 5 departments. So that enables us to be able to manage a very large organization like Edgecombe County.
Right, right. Why do you think it's important for residents to understand county government?
Well, I think it's important because I don't think people realize how much they interact with county government pretty much on a daily basis. If I were to ask folks, and I do this sometimes when I get a chance to go out and present and meet people, I asked them, I said, well, name one county service that you've interacted with in the last 7 days. Sometimes people have a hard time thinking of what that is because they don't really understand all that we do. I believe that we interact with county government every single day, whether it be the restaurant that you ate breakfast in this morning, that our environmental health staff that they inspected, whether you turned on your faucet and you get water from the county's water system, whether a sheriff's deputy passed by your house and you felt protected, whatever it is, folks interact with county government every single day. And so I think it's important for our citizens that we serve to as best understand what we do as possible.
And that leads its perfect leeway right into our next question about some of the key services that residents may or may not be aware of that are provided by the county?
Sure. So if we look at our department structure, we have, as I mentioned, 19 departments. Our largest department is the Department of Social Services. In fact, we have an office here in Tarboro and another office in Rocky Mount. That's the department that administers the food stamp program, Child Protective Services, Medicaid, and a number of different other programs. And so we serve thousands of people in Edgecombe County every month just from programs that they provide. Then we have the health department, which, as I mentioned before, they inspect restaurants, swimming pools, things like that. But they also provide public health. During the pandemic, it was our health department that led the charge in vaccinations and other things. And so they provide maternity care. They oversee our communicable disease program. We also have a health clinic here in Tarboro that is at our Human Services building. Then you have the Sheriff's Office. They serve and protect, of course. They provide service and protection all across the county, and they do a wonderful job at that. And then it goes all the way down to even smaller departments. Some of our departments serve external clients like our planning department. If you want to build a house, you go to our planning department to get a permit and to have it inspected. But we also have some departments that serve us internally, like our IT department. As you would imagine, as I know you know, and some citizens would probably understand and appreciate, that we work on IT systems every single day between our email, our financial management system, the network that has to be maintained, Wi-Fi in the buildings, and hundreds of other things. So we have a great IT department as well. And those are just a few of the services that we provide.
Great. Next question, I think you'll be excited to answer. Tell us a little bit more about the Getting Off the List initiative and how that came to be and how that affects the county's priorities.
Sure, happy to. So, as I mentioned, I've been manager for a little over 10 years. The manager before me, his name was Lorenzo Carmen. I had the honor of working under him for 14 years that he was here as manager. Mr. Carmen used to often say, I'm sick and tired of being at the top and bottom of every bad list. We've got the highest this and the lowest that, and I'm sick of it. And so we agreed with that, right? And so a few years ago, we took that sentiment of Mr. Carmen's and we turned it into our call to action. And we simply call it GOTL, or Getting Off the List. So those lists include, we've got the highest unemployment rate in the state right now. We've got high poverty levels. We've a number of different things I'm sure many people watching this are familiar with. We've decided that we want to try to impact those positively. So our Board of Commissioners created 4 advisory boards, one for each of our 4 focus areas, and they are affordable housing, health equity, education and workforce, and youth and families. So we have a 12-member advisory board for each of those 4 focus areas, and our goal is to build a support framework around the organizations and agencies that are already doing work in those areas to support them, so hopefully that they can do more of the good work that they're already doing. Now, this is long-term work. This is not something that we can do in just a year or so and see a major difference. This is something we're committed to for the long term.
One thing that we become acquainted with or addressed with from the public sometimes is how they can become more involved in what happens at county government. It seems like sometimes they think sometimes we come to the office, we come to the building and we do all our work inside, but they want to know, our community wants to know how can they become more engaged in what happens in county government.
That's a great question, and as you know, Natalie, you and I and some of our other team members, we've been thinking about this and working on this very question for some time now. So, first of all, I think it's important for a citizen to be more aware of what we do as a county so that they can be aware of the services that we provide. We want to make sure if there is a need that there exists there in the county, and if we provide a service that can meet that need, we want to make sure that that service gets to the people that need it the most. Beyond that, I think it's important for people to be more engaged because the feedback that we get from our citizens helps us to improve the services that we provide. We work very hard to do a good job, but we're not perfect, but we're always looking for ways that we can get better. So we encourage people to become more informed, to be more engaged, not just to hear from us, but so that we can hear from them. And there are a number of ways that they can do that. First of all, we have at least one monthly meeting of the Board of Commissioners. We're required by statute to have at least one regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners. It happens in this room most of the time. And so it's the first Monday of each month, unless that Monday falls on a holiday. In fact, we have our meeting tonight, and we encourage people to attend the meeting, even if there's not something specific that they're interested in. It's always a good way for them to learn more about what we do here in county government. They can either attend in person, and this room is at our county administration building, which is at 201 St. Andrew Street here in Tarboro. So they're welcome to come in person. Our regular meetings begin at 6 p.m. Or they can watch virtually. We have now for a number of years, because of our really good IT department, we have for a number of years, we've been streaming our monthly meetings live on the county's YouTube channel. So you can either watch it live as it's happening, or you can go back and watch it later. They're all archived there on our YouTube channel. These meetings are important. We talk about so many different things, and I think it'd be very informative for people to be more engaged. But also there are other ways. We have a social media presence. We have a very active Facebook page. We are working on developing an Instagram page as well as a TikTok page too. And so we encourage people to follow us on social media. Social media is one of the easiest and quickest ways for us to get information out there. So we encourage people to follow us on social media. We also have a really good, and we think a very informative website that we encourage people to visit. And we can provide all of the information to these places in the description here in this video. So those are some ways that people can become engaged.
Good. Can you speak to the importance of our workforce? I know we've mentioned what we do and kind of how we do it, but one of the things that I know specifically I like to focus on a lot are the people that do it, and how important they are to the vision of the county and what we do to support them to make sure that vision is
Absolutely. That's a great question. You know, we provide a service, and we need people to provide that service. And to provide a good service, we need good team members. And I'm so proud of the team that you and I get to lead here at Edgecombe County. We have a wonderful group of employees that we get to lead and we get to serve alongside. So that's important. So it's important to us to attract good talent and to be able to retain that good talent. So we have to pay our folks as much as we can afford to, and we're always working on that. But we also have to train our folks. We've done a lot over the last several years. You've been very involved in that, Natalie, of trying to provide more training opportunities. But also we're doing a lot of things to try to make our staff feel valued, because we value them highly. And so we've got a great team, and that's important. From a workforce perspective, I don't think folks oftentimes don't realize how important we are as an employer here in the county. Right now, the county is usually somewhere between the 4th and 5th largest employer in Edgecombe County. We've got around 500 full-time employees and around 50 part-time employees. So we're a large employer. We employ a lot of people. And so that's very important to the economy of our county. From us in a workforce recruiting perspective, I always encourage people to learn more about career opportunities in local government. You and I do it both. When we get a chance to go out and speak to groups, we try to, as often as we can, remind folks of the wonderful career opportunities here in local government. You and I come from different professional backgrounds. You're an attorney. I started off as a teacher many years ago. Our paths led us to, I think, really good career opportunities here in local government. I often tell people, regardless of what your interest is, you might be interested in computers, you might be interested in law enforcement, you might be interested in healthcare, you might be good with your hands, you might be good at planning, you might be good at accounting. regardless of your interest, there is likely a career opportunity here in local governments. And local government has been really good to us and has provided a great career opportunity for us. So we encourage people to take a look at career opportunities with Edgecombe County.
Right. And once you get here, we try to do the best we can to support our employees with wellness initiatives, professional development, leadership growth, all of those things.
Absolutely.
That let them know that we are happy that they're here.
That's right. That's important.
All right. Well, we have had a great conversation this morning. This one might be kind of big, though, but what is your vision for the future of Edgecombe County?
It's, as I mentioned before, it's simply getting off those lists, right? I don't want Edgecombe County sitting here 5 years from now, 10 years from now, to continue to have the highest unemployment rate in the state. I don't want our county to continue to struggle with high rates of chronic disease or high rates of poverty, particularly children living in poverty, and many other things. Now, we're not by ourselves in those statistics. Unfortunately, you can look all around us, particularly in eastern North Carolina, in other parts of the state. You will see other counties that suffer from similar problems that we do here in Edgecombe County. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'm convinced it does not have to be that way. But here's the thing. It's not going to fix itself. It's not like we can just say we're just going to go on business as usual and maybe one day with sheer luck, Edgecombe County will be a different county. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to take the concerted effort of a group of people, and not just the county, but many of our partners all across this county, and many of them are engaged in this work that we're doing. So my vision for the county, for our citizens, is that we won't continue to have those bad statistics like we have had in the past and currently. For us as an organization, I see us continuing to be an employer of choice for good qualified people, that people will see this as a place that they can build a career, a lifetime career, and that they can feel like that this is a great place to work.
Well, thank you for your time this morning. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I just say thank you for the opportunity, and thank you all for the opportunity to listen in to Natalie and me this morning so that you can learn a little bit more about Edgecombe County and county government, and realize how important county government is, especially here in April in National County Government Month. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.